It does not matter if you make $2,000 a month, if you make $1,000, if you make $10,000 a month, or if you make 20K a month. This video will help you because social media has completely just programmed us to believe that the whole goal of making money is so we can buy cars that, quite frankly, everyone in Miami already has, that we can rent apartments, quite frankly, that everyone on social media already has, and we can go to these super nice dinners, and we can travel, and we can be indistinguishable from everyone else who's already doing the same thing. That is today's scheme of getting rich. Now, there's a flip side to it, and that's called wealth. And to conceptualize it for you, I want you to realize that what you're doing right now might seem so insignificant to you, and you might not understand the importance of it. But dude, you have a last name. You have a bloodline. You might have kids down the line. Those kids might have kids, and then those kids might have kids. And right now, you could be in a pivotal moment where you literally change those people's futures in the meaning of your last name. Think about that and let that sink in. Because if that doesn't make your nuts tingle, I don't know what does. And that's what I want to break down is things that you can do now that can help move the needle in the right direction. Because here's what you need to understand is you have a relationship with money. Maybe you overspend on certain things. You overspend on drinks, you overspend on food, you overspend on your car payment, right? Maybe you don't invest your money. That's your relationship with money. And the reason why I say this video is literally for anyone who is trying to make a name for themselves or their family, have some significance in terms of success, that this video is for you. Because your relationship with money, your habits around money will only grow. They will evolve when you get more money. And let me explain it like this. What do you think is easier to manage, right? Because you probably live in this fallacy world where it's like, oh, well, dude, when I make more money, that's when I'll get better with money. That's like saying it's easier to manage the Dodgers than it is a T-ball team. Doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't make sense. You can start doing the right habits now, ingrain them into who you are, your identity. So when you do start to make more money, and that could be anything, that could be going from 5K to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, you have the right habits in place to build wealth. And that's what this video is about, because you need to start building the foundation today. So when the numbers change, the habits don't. And here's what I used to do. When I first started making money, let's say like a big month for me, that was 46 grand. I would literally go buy a watch, like literally just go buy a new Rolex, bought a car, like just dumb, just stupid. And it's like, yeah, it feels really cool in the moment, but it's not progressing anything. And here's the problem with that, is when you start coming up and making, good money, you will be in this cycle where it's like work really hard, spend my money, work really hard, spend my money. And the problem is you are on this hamster wheel and there is no way off it at your current strategy. And that's why things need to change, regardless of where you're at financially. So now when it comes to it, the first thing I do when I get paid, and I'm not coining any of this, like this is regurgitated information. This is from the Psychology of Money. This is from Rich Dad Poor Dad. Like all stuff that has already been created, not by me. The first thing I do now when I get paid is pay myself. That's investing for me. Now, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you what to invest in, but find your edge. It's as simple as that. Like, what do you have high conviction in that you think is likely to achieve your perceived outcome? What is that? Is it disruptive industries? Is it like cryptocurrency? Is it things like the EVs? Is it stocks? Is it real estate? Is it gold? Is it art? Is it watches? Whatever it is, like find your edge, something that you have conviction in, and then allocate accordingly. Like my rule is literally half of what I get paid, I will dump towards that. Forget about it. And you need to know yourself in this regard. Like, are you a super high risk guy? Like for me, I used to be extremely high risk. I was never like a gambler guy, but because of that, what I would do is hedge my bets. And I would just allocate some of my money in the S&P 500, right? That's 8% on average in terms of yearly returns, right? It's literally, on paper, it's one of the greatest investments of all time, right? You just throw money in there, forget about it, don't look at it, check back in 20 years, right? So that was the first thing I would do, is literally just pay myself, invest my money, because that is how you get off the hamster wheel. Because your dollars are employees. The only way you stop working is if your employees are working instead. That's your money. Like, invest it accordingly. Now, on the flip side of it, and this isn't talked about enough, is your fuel. Like, picture it like this, man. We live in a loop, right? I'm gonna go to bed here pretty soon. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to the gym, take calls, manage some calls for the business, do all this fun stuff, and then I'm gonna just go back to bed. We live in this loop. And the reason why fuel is so important is, like, imagine you're like a car, right? Maybe you slept shitty, now you're at a half tank. Maybe you slept really bad, you're at a quarter tank. Would it not make sense to increase your energy levels, to increase your focus? Because I'll tell you right now, the work is hard. There's no purpose in making it more difficult than it has to be. And when I say fuel, I mean things like the water, the foods you eat, your nighttime routine, your mattress, meditation, whatever it is, like, that is your fuel. And people think this is like a way they can sacrifice. Like, oh, I'll just drink, cheap water, I'll eat shitty food, I don't have to sleep a ton, I'll just rip energy drinks. Like, dude, that is your performance. Like, that is literally the gasoline you are dumping in a Ferrari. Why would you put anything less than top tier in it? Doesn't make sense. And that's just my opinion in that regard. So, like, the first thing I started doing was allocating more money towards better water. Like, I would literally rip electrolytes right in the morning. I would eat clean. I would stay away from seed oils. I would have a lot of steaks. I would avoid carbs during the day to keep me sharp, to keep me focused. That's important. That's your fuel. That's literally your ability to focus and grind throughout the day to make more money. That's the top, is paying yourself your fuel. And then on the same page as that, you have expenses that you can't avoid in often cases, right? Maybe that's your rent. And the thing I will say, dude, is do not stretch yourself too thin. Get some dumbass apartment that, quite frankly, is shittier than the other people on social media just to try and fit in. And then all of a sudden you look back 2 years from now, you're like, oh, this place was decent. I have no money now because I spent it all. It's not worth it, dude. And I'll tell you from personal experience, man, when I moved to Cali, we started making good money, literally rented a $16K a month, like, pad, awesome house, right outside in the hills of LA. It was awesome, dude. Loved it. But if I would have taken that money, we'd have downgraded, not lived in something as crazy, because quite frankly, we didn't need it, and put that money into, better fuel, into investments, so I could literally take my money to make more money. Maybe it's skills, buying courses, whatever it is, I would be on a completely different plane. And that's what I need you to get you to understand, is minimizing those expenses that are, quite frankly, meaningless. Like, it should feel like a drop in the bucket, man. And if rent doesn't feel that way, maybe you shouldn't be living there. Right? So you have paying yourself, you have your fuel, and then you have the expenses that are kind of unavoidable, like your gas, your rent, all that sort of thing. Now, an important thing to note, when I say fuel, that is also your ability to get skills. And there is, like, this is coming from a dude who does not sell a course. Like, you can buy anything from me if you wanted. Like, DM me to buy my course. You will see what I will say. But courses can be good. There's bad courses, there's good courses. But the ability to gain skills and literally have skills is in direct correlation with your ability to obtain money. Like, if you're not making the money you want, it's probably a skill issue. It is a skill issue. And people are not hesitant to drop $200 a month on drinks, on food, but all of a sudden, if they do a payment plan for a course that's literally gonna get them to $20K a month, now they have funding, now they don't want to do it. Doesn't make sense. So fix your relationship with money now, because time will not solve it. And the more you make, I promise you, there's more expensive shit to buy. Watches get more expensive, the homes get more expensive, the cars get more expensive, flights can get more expensive, the destinations, all that shit. So change your relationship with money now and you'll thank yourself later. I'll see you next time.